Ken Paxton, the Texas Attorney General, is being impeached for abuses of power and financial impropriety. He is accused of failing to disclose major investments he owned while taking actions on behalf of those interests. Paxton also failed to register with the state as a lobbyist while working to pass legislation on behalf of tech giants. Additionally, 8 of Paxton's subordinates have filed a whistleblower complaint alleging he abused his position to benefit several donors. The Texas House of Representatives has now approved an investigation into the allegations raised against Paxton. The investigation is expected to scrutinize Paxton's actions while in office, including potential violations of state laws. He has also been accused of pursuing his own personal political agenda despite numerous conflicts of interest. Paxton has denied all the allegations, but the overwhelming evidence against him has prompted lawmakers to seek his removal from office. The Texas Constitution allows the House of Representatives to impeach a state official if they have committed fraud or dereliction of duty. The House must then vote on whether to impeach the official in question and, if so, the Senate must then decide if the official should be removed. The process of impeaching Paxton has been made even more complicated by the fact that he is the state's highest-ranking legal officer. This has shifted much of the responsibility for the decision to the Texas Supreme Court and the Texas Attorney General's office. The Texas Supreme Court has to decide whether there is enough evidence to proceed with the impeachment, and the Attorney General's office must provide the prosecution's legal arguments. Paxton's critics have argued that his refusal to follow long-standing ethical standards is a major reason why he must be impeached. His refusal to separate his personal finances from his official responsibilities have exposed him to serious scrutiny in the court of public opinion. The allegations that he benefited from his official position, while showing disregard for required disclosure laws, have further raised questions about his suitability to represent Texas. Opponents of Paxton have argued that impeachment is the only way to ensure that he is held accountable for his alleged misconduct. In addition to this, they argue that such a process is necessary to send a strong message that ethical lapses and abuses of power will not be tolerated. In response to the calls for impeachment, Paxton has maintained his innocence and argued that the allegations are politically motivated. However, the weight of evidence and public outcry against him have put even more pressure on lawmakers to move ahead with the impeachment process. There is a growing consensus that if Paxton is not impeached, it would undermine the basic tenets of democracy and the rule of law in Texas. Supporters of impeachment point to the long-term consequences of allowing a state official to continue with impunity despite having engaged in unethical behavior. While the decision to impeach is ultimately up to the House of Representatives, the decision to do so is likely to spark a massive backlash from Paxton's supporters. Ultimately, whether or not Paxton is impeached will depend on the outcome of the investigation and the conclusions it reaches about his alleged misconduct. The inquiry will also look into whether or not the allegations could have been avoided had Paxton complied with existing ethical and financial standards.